welcome back to How to Share with ZEK Miles, episode 2. Talking about Shed the Shell, as the name implies. Well, way back in 2025, I had this conversation with my friend Samuel. Well, that actually intrigued me to want to be myself and share my experience with people on social media. I told him about my life since I left home, and he shared his own experience, and somehow we kind of like understood ourselves. And I'm like, this is the first time I've had a conversation with someone, and I'm feeling this freedom to share life without even holding back anything. Because sometimes if I want to conversate with like someone, I was like, I might want to hold back because like a man, you don't have to like spill everything because you don't know tomorrow you might be like an enemy to this other person, and that thing you're sharing with that particular person might be used against you. So I'm always mindful about what I share with people. But for some reason, in his own case, I did not actually hold back anything. We shared our ideas, and I think he actually bettered the idea of my first podcast, the Gen Z Effect. So I'll give kudos to him. My life, as the name implies, like the episode, Shed the Shell. Early 2026, I did not actually see a reason like I'll not see like I was seeing death as friendly, but I did not actually have enough reason like to enter the year alive. Because when I look at my bank account, I'm depressed. I'll be like, I don't even know what thing will become of me like this. Because normally they say money don't buy happiness, but in the case of a man scenario, sometimes if money can actually doesn't buy happiness actually, but it actually creates the avenue for happiness. So as a man, if you don't have money, 90% of your life will be like you'll be mad at yourself. If you just carry your anger go poor person wey you no suppose poor, you get, not because say you get issue with this person or mentally money just dey push you to do this kind of thing. But at my own situation, I try to like stay locked in. Like most times I see when people start, you have to stay locked in, kill your bad habit and like try to find a new one. Most times people say you gym, but what I see people do these days, people do trend. People don't actually gym. You might see someone you like, not like you're jealous in this person or something. You might see that person posting gym 1 2 weeks and not actually keeping up to the task. One, because he's not doing that thing out of his will. It doesn't have that like quite determination. You get me? People just like, I just want to like trend because that's what life is all about. Like being a Nigerian, you have to go with the trend because you feel left out. That okay, at some point there was, when I was in secondary school, there's this off white belt. Like you have to like keep it like, let the thing come out of white, came out with different colors, and also this jacket. I think when Davido sang Assurance for Choma, this jacket came out. I think they call it Assurance jacket. If you did not actually wear that jacket at that time, you might feel like you left out of the fashion and things like that. But as the years goes, like different trends are actually coming. So if you cannot actually keep up with trend, for me, you cannot actually keep up with trend. You just have to be yourself. And at that point, keeping up with trend might actually get you depressed and make you fall off your passion, your dream, what you want to be in life. And at that point now you might like divert and be depressed. So what actually helped me growing at that point, I was in my dark spot, and I did not actually let my depression get the best of me. But at some point, it actually got the best of me because my mood before I actually came out of depression, it took me like I think 5 months.
You know what? Doing a solo episode at the Chronicle Podcast is dope. Oh, you never know what to expect in the Protocol podcast. Wow. Drip and play. They sent us a gift. Wow. Elevate your look, dominate the game. Let's see what they got for us. Our friends at Drip and Play always sending us things. Sorry for interrupting the episode, but we need to inform you that something great is happening here in the city of Calabar. They can send it to you nationwide, so don't worry about how am I going to get the thing. I love what people have. I love this look. What is this? Let's see what we have. Oh wow, this is something very unique. I like the details. If you're someone that loves something that is unique, this is for you. And I love how they know what I might like. I love this brand. They know what to do. This is incredible. What is this? Okay, this is for my sports people that love sports. The embroidery is not even embroidery, like it's done in it. And I know I'm interrupting your episode, but with all I'm trying to say, these are the kind of packages you get. Tell them you are from Hello Media, Sam the Lion sent you, the Chronicle Podcast, all the episodes you have here. So Drip and Play, their QR code for their WhatsApp, their QR code for their TikTok is available here. Their numbers are displayed here. We'll try to get that ready. Please support Drip and Play. Go check them out. And they actually send it to you nationwide. Back to the episode.
That time when people say they were depressed, I'll be like, there's no such word as depressed in Nigeria, because some people just keep claiming to be, I think, Billie Eilish or Juice WRLD, keep playing sad music just to be like, oh, I want to be this kind of person. But when growing, I now recall that there's a word called depression, like depression. Not actually you claiming to be depressed when you're not actually depressed. It took me 5 months of my life. Sometimes when I see people post about successfully you have successfully wasted 2 months out of so for 2026. Somehow I feel bad, because it's like that post it's for me, like me trying to heal myself, trying to move back, and like trying to say, okay, I'm getting over this depression. And like my own kind of depression actually is because of my business, because somehow it actually crashed. It didn't actually go the way I planned it would be, because different people actually have different depression. Most people might be heartbreak, most people might be relationship, business deals. Just like I came here and someone was telling me a man lost 100 millionaire for a deal, and was like, okay, he didn't see anything wrong with it. For me, I took that in, because that's my mentality, because I have this mindset that, okay, I should like try to like adapt quickly and not let my current situation like shape my future and actually get the best of me. And here comes with the illustration with the lobster story, because that's actually the birth of my this current podcast, Out the Shell. I don't know why, but I think to myself that I have to like name this podcast Out the Shell, because it illustrated about my life in like a short clip, just 10 minutes I think. And I shared the idea with my friend Samuel, I think 2 weeks ago. He came and was like, okay, let's go with your idea. And I didn't actually hold anything back, and I did not want anything to be like a reason why I did not, because sometimes I like holding on back to my circumstances. Well, I'm actually a human being. No matter how I try to like motivate myself, I'm a being. They say men don't cry, but they say Jesus wept. Actually, he did. So you're not trying to like share yourself as a man, saying men don't celebrate birthdays. I like trying to understand that part now. 2026. I see why most men don't actually celebrate their birthday. The only reason they celebrate is actually things that they have fought so hard before they actually achieve in life. That's worth celebrating. Because at some point in life you outgrow yourself, like when you used to like go for photo shoots. It was a 2029 I braided my hair, I think. But now if someone should tell me, Zek, will you do that kind of thing now? I'll be like, that kind of thing now, small picking, this thing. Even now, I'm almost done with school. People saying FYB, I think 2 week like we do the costume. That's when you're done with the university. But I don't find it amusing doing all this stuff. I just feel like for me, it's not like me going to be an actual man, because those kind of stuff are for like For me, I see like it's for ladies celebrating it, but we guys we have different way of celebrating our achievement. Maybe go out with guys, maybe take videos or pictures, and that ends in no extra celebration or thing. So, what our my advice to people watching this podcast is that dark spot, what you would do. For me, I did not run away from the dark spot. I actually let it consume me. It's like people saying you run away from your problems. Most guys tend to smoke. Most people tend to like drink alcohol. Me, sometimes I just sit and tears come out, like roll out of my eyes. My own way of like curing depression. I just let tears come out of my eyes, and sometimes I just play video games. And when I'm done, I'm stressed out. I just let things be. That's me being Ezekiel myself. I'm not following trend, smoking, partying, might get into trouble or something. So at that point, everyone has their own dark spot, and that dark spot is actually what actually shapes you as a man, not just a man, like an individual, a human being growing. That stage to life, like as a little baby, you born, you crawl, you stand, you fall before you start walking. It's actually it's insane. You cannot just see a newborn baby that's like giving birth and all of a sudden start walking. There are stages to life. First, you be a baby, you become a teenager before you become an adult. So you cannot outgrow that stage in life. So at that point, as a man, that's where most people run back and pick up their old self, and that where comes the lobster story. Picking up your old selves, like you shedding yourself as a man. Most people say, okay, I'm not like trying to put pressure on like young men out there. If you're not financially buoyant enough, I will not say leave your parents home and trying to like be a man, but actually that's what actually challenge you to be like a better person if you want to grow. Because in Nigerian economy, if you want to say you're waiting for the right time, my brother, there's no right time in Nigeria. You just have to like just start. And that's actually what made my business crash, because I had this mindset that okay, if I've been planning these things all along and finally the money came, and I will not go back, even if it means me going broke, like for my dream to come true. Even if it comes true just for a minute, I'm happy and I'm satisfied that okay, I actually gave birth to my dream, like bring forth, like bring it to real life. Most people just only dream, like they say you only dream, you're not only bringing it to reality, and that's where people fail. But even if you bring your dream to real life and at some point you don't actually, it did not stay long, but at least you can like pat yourself in the back and be like, okay, at some point, at least I made a step. I made a step and not just dream, but actually brought it to life. So just keep doing you. Don't, no matter how the situation is, don't go back to your old self because you're scared of moving forward, and you are in this position that you don't know if to go back, go sideways, or front. You like you stuck. At that point you're being stuck. You should always have in this mind that that is like the part that's your dark spot. And mind you, that's where you be faced with different thoughts. Okay, should I just go back? Should I go back to my old self? At least that point I was comfortable where I was. I wasn't having bills to pay. I was eating food at my mom's place at least. But if you should stay there, sometimes I'm always looking at my age. I'll be like, I should add like so number of years I'll be becoming 30. For me, it's scary. Most men, most men are not like scared of their age, but for me, oh, I'm scared because I know the background where I'm from, and I want like to be successful so bad that the only thing that actually keeps me going is when I just look at myself. I left home early, and my aunt said something that actually made me. I do not want to like challenge her or something. She said something. Why would I leave home so early? Is it that am I really sure I want to go, like I want, like I'm staying close to school? Is that my reason of me leaving home, or I actually have a different reason? I did want to like answer her back, but it would be like I'm seeking for assistance. You see, they need the struggle. Have you had it talk? You don't you don't actually challenge your helper at that moment. You just have to keep short. And whatever that person has to tell you in life at that point, because you need help, you don't have to say anything. You just have to become a fool at that point till you get whatever you want. She said, why did I leave home? That there are blessings attached, like living with your parents. There are some things that if you are staying with your parents, there's some like spiritual challenges, things in life. That's true, because in financial aspect, there are some things you will not be worrying about in life, like some certain bills you might not be worrying about, house rent, food bills. The only thing you might worry about, okay, I have to change my closet, I have to change my shoes. But me moving out of home, I have a lot of things apart from my closet. I'm proud to say I have my like I have just like 10 clothes. For me, one this kind of person that I'll brag. Yes, I can brag. I see there's nothing like in terms of clothes. The only thing you can actually use to oppress me is that me not growing. If you're growing and I'm not growing, I'm like not like you're oppressed. I'm like being challenged to grow. That's the only way of me being like oppressed. But I see it like more like being challenged. But even if you're holding the latest version of iPhone, Samsung, me, I think that as long as I'm alive, I can get all those stuff. So don't pressure yourself unnecessarily. Like I have my cousin, he said he wants 300,000 before the end of this week. I'm like saying these are things you pressure yourself, not like life putting you that pressure. You're the one just manufacturing this pressure on yourself. Like it's not even necessary. It's not like you want to pay your bills, you just want to buy a certain commodity which is not necessary. So don't pressure yourself, and don't go back to your old self. No matter how life throws challenges at you, don't pick up your old shelf. Just accept the challenge and keep going, because that's growth. No matter how life is tough, you will not say now that you're 25 years old, you want to go back to your mom's tummy. It's not possible. Even if it were to be possible, me, I will not go back, because already seeing life as a Nigerian, how many presidents have I like been alive to see? I've seen, like, for me so far so good. I think it's I don't actually remember his name. Yeah, that's the best president so far for me. And second goes to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The rest, I'll not say they are rubbish, mind me. But as Nigerian, they say Nigeria give us this vision that no matter how the president is worst, the next president coming, you'll be grateful for the previous one. That's how Nigeria system is. It gives us this mentality that no matter how worse that person or bad that person is, the next one that's coming, you now be thanking the previous person. Yeah, that's how so fucked up Nigeria is. So that's how life is. Just keep going as a man, keep going. And I also came across this video talking about a wolf and a dog. A wolf doesn't have a collar on his neck, rather like a dog. He has his own master. No matter how hungry a wolf is, you cannot see. I've not ever seen a wolf being like named as a pet. You get, but a dog is at his comfort zone. Why? Because he's scared of like going hunting for himself, go fetching food for himself. So it's comfortable being a pet and having this collar tied on his neck. But you can never see the wolf in that kind of settings. He's always going out fending for himself. So that the price that wolf actually paid is it's freedom. You get the hunger. He chose to be hungry other than being pet around. So that's the decision we have to make as a growing man. There are some decisions we have to like take. It's not like we enjoy that suffering, but it's something we have to choose as a growing man. Just keep being you, keep regardless everything. Don't just let it consume you just for a while. It's just like you temporary sleeping. Definitely you wake up. When you're dreaming, you definitely wake up. So just have in the back of your mind that all these obstacles that are surrounding you as a man, you're growing. It's just what life has to throw at you. So shedding the shell, for me, that's my own life experience. So do you, but just having in mind that you just have to shed the shell and not go back to your previous shell. Shed the shell. Eventually, as time comes, you'll definitely grow a new one. And even if you grow a new shell, don't feel too comfortable because once you're comfortable at a particular place in life, you definitely like accepting what life throws at you because life is for me life is full of challenges. The moment you stop facing challenges, for me, I feel like you're a dead being because it's only a dead man that don't actually worry about life. As long as you're living, you definitely come across challenges as a man, not just a man, as a living being.